What is the distraction that is putting you in the comfort zone? That harmless thing that looks like rest, but it's pushing you away from what really matters. Do you know that quick pass on Instagram that becomes an hour? That series you watch just to relax, but that takes your whole night. So it is. Life does not destroy itself with great wrong decisions, it is running down the fingers in the invisible details. You think you are in control, but it is really just another hostage of dopamine, addicted to immediate pleasure, anesthetized by the illusion that tomorrow is time. And meanwhile, time takes your projects, your health, your relationships and, with them, your purpose. The comfort zone is a padded, comfortable, silent and deadly wall prison. No one wakes up and loses life at once. We lose a little bit a day. Each time it exchanges the book on my cell phone, the sofa walk, the time with the children for the infinite scroll. It is as if a part of your soul is being auctioned in exchange for cheap distractions. And there comes a time when you can no longer recover what has been lost. Either you take away the distraction, or it takes your life. This video is a call to consciousness. It is not about miraculous promises, but about a slap in the face with love. An urgent reminder that 2025 may be your year, but only if you do what you need to be done before it is over. Because if you don't change now, maybe you never change. The comfort zone is treacherous. She doesn't scream, doesn't threaten, doesn't scare. On the contrary, it packs you with a false sense of security. It's that routine that looks like okay, that job that pays the bills, that warm relationship, that life more or less. The problem is that this tranquility is liar behind comfort, there is stagnation. It's like an expired date anesthesia when you realize, you are already living in the automatic, without direction, without soul. The biggest danger in the comfort zone is that it does not seem dangerous. It's subtle. Disguised of rest, stability, at least that I have. But while you run away from the displeasure, it also runs away from the transformation. The constant search for immediate pleasure prevents you from facing the discomfort necessary to grow. Result? You exchange progress for procrastination, and evolution for empty entertainment. When we live anesthetized, it begins to believe in comfortable lies. Then I see it, it's okay for now, when I have time I change. Only these thoughts saw traps. The more you repeat, the more you sink into an invisible auto-sabotage and unconsciousness cycle. Worse, you don't even realize how much you are losing until you have already lost. Getting stuck in the comfort zone is like rowing on a bullshit you strive, but don't get out of place. Time passes, frustration grows, energy runs out. And all this because you clung to a version of life that does not demand you, does not challenge you, but also does not transform you. The only way to real change begins when you accept that comfort is not the same as happiness and that fleeing pain is often what keeps you stuck in it. Let's talk to the real. Relationships don't end the night to the day. What happens is that one is distracted here, the other settling there, and when they realize there is no more connection. Couples who loved each other deeply end up as two strangers in the same house. It was not a lack of love, it was too much comfort zone. That postponed conversation, the forgotten affection, the effort that became routine. Daily distraction stole what was sacred. In health is the same. No one wakes up diabetic out of nowhere. Obesity, physical inactivity, silent diseases, all this is gradually built with daily choices. Today I just to relax, second I start, I don't have time now. And so the person lives dopaminated, feeding on immediate pleasure as the body screams for help. Until an exam drops the form, only sometimes it's too late. And in professional life? This is classic. There are people with an absurd talent that has been stopped in the same place for years because it just can't drop your phone in the morning. Exchange projects for reels, goals for memes. Procrastination became routine and the excuse became a motto: I surrender better under pressure. Meanwhile, time passes, competitors evolve and frustration settles. The problem is not a lack of capacity, it is excessive distraction. These examples are no exception, they are a rule. The comfort zone does not destroy lives with an earthquake, it erodes the edges. A bad habit here, an unconscious choice there, and that's it, you distance yourself from your purpose without even realizing it. And the worst? When you finally notice, the pain has arrived. Cold relationships, sick body, stagnant career. All because you have chosen immediate pleasure instead of the change that really transforms. Have you ever stopped to tell how many hours of your day are swallowed by distractions? Studies show that the average is 5 hours a day on mobile. Do you know what you can do with it in a week? Start a postgraduate, learn a language, lose weight, spend more time with those you love. But instead, we are stuck in a loop of short videos, dances, and notifications. Dopamine has become our socially accepted drug, and it's costing it. Dopamine is treacherous. Each notification, every like, every scroll, activates a discharge that gives instant pleasure. It is addictive. And the brain, smart bug, will always choose the easiest way. But this cheap momentary charge is a high invoice: its energy, its productivity, its peace. To live running after the next stimulus is to live in an eternal self-sabotage. No one overcomes dopamine, but who dominates it, gains lifetime. Time does not warn you when it ends. It only passes. And when the chip falls, you look back and see how many opportunities have been lost. Books that were not read, conversations that did not happen, projects that never left the paper. It's not that you didn't have time, it is that distraction took him away without license. Loss of time today is the new thief of purpose. And a lot of people still applaud it as lifestyle. In the end, either you dominate time or he will remind you, too late, that he left with your chance to change. Comfort zone is anesthesia with expired expiration date. It even seems harmless at first. A rest here, a distraction there, until it becomes routine. And when you wake up, you no longer feel pain, no purpose. Anesthesia protects you from frustration, but it also removes you from evolution. And worse, she doesn't disappear on her own. Either you wake up, or it slowly erases you. Nothing is suddenly for those who live in the comfort zone. The wedding does not end suddenly. Health does not suddenly fail. Professional failure is not suddenly enough. Everything is built in silence, in the routine you tolerate, in the habits you postpone. It is the accumulation of poorly made choices, of wasted days, repeated apology. The fall only seems sudden for those who were not paying attention. No one overcomes dopamine. And the secret here is not fighting Harris to use it to her advantage. As creating habits that also release dopamine but build rather than destroy. Physical activities, reading, daily challenges with clear goals. Pleasure can be allied as long as you stop feeding it with digital trash. The key is to replace, not just eliminate. Either you take away the distraction, or it takes your life. Strong, right? But it's real. Distraction seems light until you get away from everything that matters: family, health, relationship, purpose. When you realize, you missed years, missed opportunities, lost who you were. You can't negotiate with distraction: either you cut it to the root, or it holds you into an endless looping. The choice is yours. Always has been. And now, it tells me sincerely, what are you going to do with all this? Will you continue to let the distraction steal your time, your health, and your dreams? Or will you take the first step to get out of the comfort zone and recover control of your life? Maybe it's still time to turn the game, but you need to start before 2025 is over. You don't have to change everything at once. But you need to change something today. Uninstall that app, put a screen limit, exchange 20 minutes of mobile phone for a book. What seems small today can take you out of years of stagnation tomorrow. The question is, do you prefer the comfort of distraction or the discomfort of transformation? Your health, your relationships, your family, and even your purpose are asking for help, and you may not even realize it. Do not expect to lose everything to understand the value of time. Don't wait for life to get you a shock to finally wake up. The future is not magic, it is built with the decisions you make now, in the present. If this video has moved you, then share it with someone who also needs to wake up. Subscribe to the channel, activates notifications, and comes with us to build a life with more awareness, self-control and purpose. Because the truth is simple: either you change now or get stuck forever.